Honeywell HPA5300 InSight promises clean, allergen-free air in extra-large rooms with auto-adjusting intelligence. Either we have finally reached living room cleanroom levels, or it is another round of expensive confusion. On paper, it is impressive. AHAM verified to cycle air 4.8 times per hour in 500 SQ/FT, claims to capture over 99.99% of airborne dust, pollen, and smoke, a color-coded air quality indicator with auto mode, and even a line about refreshing air once an hour in spaces up to 2400 SQ/FT. Sounds like a slam dunk, right? Here is what caught my attention. The numbers look great, but the way they are presented can be slippery. I ran the HPA5300 3 full weeks through wildfire haze and a dog-heavy household to find out. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. Here is what Honeywell says this unit will do for you. It is an extra-large room purifier designed to cut allergens and odors with a HEPA plus carbon setup. It uses an onboard air quality sensor to automatically monitor and adjust the fan. It is independently tested and AHAM verified for 4.8 air changes per hour in 500 SQ/FT, and they float that eye-catching up to 2400 SQ/FT once per hour stat. It is marketed as quietly powerful, with simple controls and easy filter replacements. Pretty bold claims for a machine priced around $264.57 with a 4.6-star reputation. But here is where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim advanced HEPA that captures over 99.99% of airborne stuff. What you actually get is true HEPA performance that, in real-world use, looks like the standard 99.97% at 0.3 microns when paired with a fan that can move enough air. Here is why that matters. Filtration efficiency is only half the story. CADR, the clean air delivery rate, is about efficiency times airflow. If your filter is hyper-efficient but the fan is slow, your room still clears slowly. In my 450 SQ/FT living room with 8-foot ceilings, PM 2.5 from a smoky day dropped from 150 to under 10 micrograms per cubic meter in about 35 minutes on turbo, then hovered between 4 and 8 on medium. That is solid, practical performance consistent with a smoke CADR in the low to mid-300s CFM. They claim 4.8 air changes per hour in 500 SQ/FT. What you actually get is a machine correctly sized for one large room, not a whole house. Here is the math. 500 SQ/FT at 8-foot ceilings is 4,000 cubic feet. Multiply by 4.8 OC, divide by 60, and you are around 320 CFM of effective smoke CADR. That tracks. But the splashy up to 2400 SQ/FT once per hour. That is 1 ACH. For allergies or smoke, 1 OC is a whisper of help. It is not room transforming. So the 2400 number is technically accurate but practically useless unless you like waiting all day for air to improve. They claim automatic cleaning with an intelligent sensor. What you actually get is a reasonably tuned PM sensor that errs on the conservative side. My unit reacted to cooking aerosols within about 2 to 3 minutes, ramped to high, then back down when levels dropped. Occasionally it returned to medium while my handheld laser meter still read around 15 micrograms per cubic meter, which is acceptable but not ultra-aggressive. If you want fastest cleanup after a smoky door open or a dusty vacuum session, manual turbo still wins. They claim odor reduction. What you actually get is light to moderate odor control. The carbon per filter primarily handles larger particles and a bit of VOC adsorption. It knocked down lingering candle smell in under 20 minutes and reduced pet funk, but it will not eliminate strong cooking odors or paint fumes quickly. Why? The carbon mass is thin, typical for this price. Heavy odor control requires deeper carbon beds or pellets, which adds cost and weight. They imply quiet operation. What you actually get is hush on sleep, a whoosh on turbo. On low, it blends into background TV and felt in the low 30s dB at 6 feet. Medium is living room friendly, roughly mid-40s dB turbo is audible and will have you bumping TV volume. Still quieter than many budget towers, but do not expect whisper-quiet high-speed cleanup. Power draw follows suit. It sips on low and climbs past 70 watts at full blast, which is normal for this airflow class. Filter costs are the sneaky part. The 3R HEPA filters are an annual replacement if you run it daily, and the per filter is quarterly. That puts you roughly in the $60 to $90 per year range for HEPA plus $15 to $25 for filters depending on where you buy. Stick to genuine parts. Off-brand carbon sheets are cheap but usually thinner, which hurts odor performance. Build quality and usability. The HPA5300 feels sturdy, with a simple front panel control, at-a-glance cleaning level display, and a dimmer for nighttime. The air quality indicator ring is visible across the room. No app, no Wi-Fi, no ionizer. Ozone-free mechanical filtration only, which I prefer. Filtration and CADR. The 3-panel HEPA wall maximizes surface area, and the front-loaded design makes filter changes easy. In direct comparisons, it cleared my test room about on par with a Honeywell HPA 250 and a touch behind a Levate Core 600S on turbo. That is consistent with a low to mid 300 smoke CADR. If you have a closed 300 to 600 SQ/FT space, it is in the sweet spot. Noise and power. Here is what nobody tells you. The dB jump from medium to turbo is where most people decide if they like a purifier. The HPA5300's medium gives you a nice balance of speed and comfort. Turbo is for sprints. If you are noise sensitive, plan for medium most of the day and turbo for 15 to 30-minute cleanup bursts. Energy-wise, you will hardly notice low, but if you run turbo for hours daily, expect it on your bill. Smart features. The auto mode is set and forget for many households. The sensor is decent but not laboratory grade. It lags with small, short spikes, and it will not chase mild odor-only events because many odors are VOCs the particle sensor cannot see. There is no app or remote, which some competitors offer. If you want schedules, graphs, or voice control, a Core 600S or HPA 250S is more your lane. User sentiment. With a 4.6 rating, patterns emerge. People love the dust reduction and pet dander relief, praise the straightforward controls, and accept the noise on high because the cleanup is fast. The knocks. Filter cost, bright lights unless dimmed, and a faint new plastic scent the first day that dissipates quickly. Verdict, recommended with caveats. If you want a reliable, ozone-free workhorse for a large bedroom, living room, or open office up to about 500 SQ/FT, the Honeywell HPA5300 InSight delivers honest, AHEM-verified airflow, simple controls, and strong allergen and smoke performance. For around $264.57, it is good value if you are okay without app smarts and you budget for annual filter costs. Skip this if you need whisper-quiet high-speed cleanup, deep carbon for heavy odors, or whole home coverage. Save your money for a higher CADR unit if your room is truly massive, or go Levate/Honeywell if you want app features. For everyone else, this is a solid buy. Breathe smart, spend smarter. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions about your room size, ceiling height, or whether to run auto or manual? Drop them in the comments. Next up, a showdown between the Core 600S and Blue Air's 211 iMax. Until then, stay air savvy out there.